Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. From the independent scene to the main event of WrestleMania, we have the review of WWE Clash at the Castle, Scotland. From Glasgow, Scotland, United Kingdom at the OVO Hydro. Overall, pretty good show. I'm kind of liking the Triple H booking of these premium live events like he booked the NXT takeovers. That's literally what these are. You know, you have 5 title matches. So you have just the big shows. Obviously, we're going to have 2 nights at SummerSlam 26. Mania's been having 2 nights. But typically, these premium live events are kind of booked like takeovers were. So you kind of the biggest matches only. You leave out the garbage. I like it. I think other companies book theirs differently, which is fine. That works for them. So this is WWE. This is how these are booked, and a nice 3-hour show. Fits in a nice box. All right, first match, we have the WWE title on the line. Champion Cody Rhodes taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles in an I Quit match. These two fought out in the crowd. They fought up on the stage. They fought through the production area. It looked like it was like, I don't know if it wasn't Gorilla because you didn't see Tripp and all them, but it's like, holy snap. They get back to the ring. AJ puts the chair around the neck of Cody, literally trying to kill Cody. Then beats him with a kendo stick, and then when AJ handcuffed Cody behind his back, and then he's beating him with a kendo stick in a chair, I thought that was kind of neat. And then the fact that AJ goes over and gets into Mama Rhodes' face and she slaps him like 3 times. That's pretty epic. But if you notice, and they come back to the ring, it's like now he's handcuffed in front. I'm like, how the hell did he get... I thought the referee undid the handcuffs at first. And then they kind of... You could see it from the camera angle. Cody was able to put the chain down and get his legs through it and get it on his front side versus his back side. Then Cody, when AJ wrapped the chain around and goes for the phenomenal forearm and gets a chair to the face, and then falls off the ring through a table. I don't even remember them setting the table, because I remember randomly there was a table laying there at one point. I'm like, why is there just a random table laying there? I guess it got set up and AJ ended up going through it. Cody, I mean, the way this match portrayed is like, okay, when Cody went into the ring announcer's area and started bleeding, I'm like, that's just nuts that they're really going all out on this. And the fact that Cody threatens to hit him with the stairs and he says, I quit, and just like every time he does it anyway. So if I'm AJ, I'd be like, I wouldn't have quit there. You're going to do it no matter what you do. But the fact that during the middle of the match Cody was passed out basically, I'm like, yeah, it's an I quit match. You physically got to say, I quit. So him passing out means zippo. Overall, really, really good match. I ended up giving it 4-star. I want to see what's next for Cody, and I want to see what's next for AJ. I know July 15th it was announced for Pro Wrestling Noah's show against Marufuji. So that should be a hell of a fun match. That whole card, I kind of looked at Pro Wrestling Noah card, pretty fun looking. Now, what I don't want to see happen is I don't want to see like we did with Shinsuke Nakamura beginning at 23 when he went over for Great Muda's last match. And he was literally off the TV for like a couple of weeks before, maybe a month before. Then was off TV like a month or 2 after. They didn't talk about it. I hope that this is truly going to be that WWE's Forbidden Door, working with Pro Wrestling Noah, just like AEW works with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm all for it. And I've said this before. If it's done right, I'm for it. But when, just like with the TNA stuff, it's like I said on the TNA Against All Odds show, when you have this Forbidden Door, we'll call it that, or have this, working with other companies, I'm all for it again, when it's done right. You have TNA send you literally the best female wrestler in the business, and you send back a 4th-tier level up in Tatum Paxley. That's not equal. It needs to be equal. If you're sending AJ, That's phenomenal. You need to pimp it up on the show. You need to talk about how fans can watch it. Then I'm all for it. If we're doing talent for talent that are equal talent, let's go. It's refreshing to see that WWE's doing that. But if we're going to not talk about this, if this isn't brought up on WWE television once, and we don't hear about it except on the internet, that's a problem for WWE to me. Then you're not truly working that kind of forbidden door thing. So we'll see what happens. But Cody retaining his title, AJ losing the I Quit match. I did see some stuff online, which I've kind of stayed offline this weekend. Is AJ actually hurt, or is that just kind of to get him off TV? And if that's the case, are we going to talk about him for the next 30 days? Is he going to even be mentioned over the next 30 days? And then another question, when's his contract up? I know there's talk of his contract being up soon. Is his contract up on July 14th? And, you know, I just saw it through, I haven't really researched it, just kind of saw it through the Click chat, through the whole Click, the Pulse family. So it's like, I want to kind of find out where it actually came from. Is WWE putting it out there? Then, hey, that's cool. But we'll see what happens with that. But Cody retaining his title, 4-star match, and an I Quit match, making the phenomenal AJ Styles say, I quit. Next up, we had WWE Women's Tag Titles on the line in a triple threat match. We had, from the UK, the Unholy Union, Alba Fyre, and Isla and Alba Fyre changed Alba Fyre's name back to Gayley Ray Lee. I believe was what her name was. Back when she was running the UK independent scene. Yeah, Kaylee Ray. So talented. I think she's been wasted away in WWE, to be honest with you. Going up against the WWE Women's Tag Champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and also in the triple threat match, Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. Just like I said on the NXT Battleground review, I think they're wasting Shayna Baszler, using her to put people over. This match actually was good. I think the Unholy Union, they are more talented than what WWE's been pushing them for, and giving them time to wrestle. The fact that Shayna had the rear naked choke on Jade, and if you remember, she was like this and Jade's going like this. I'm like, was she tapping? Was she trying to get somebody's attention? What was that whole dynamic there? I was kind of lost on that. So I definitely want to, if we ever find out more about that. Now, this match overall was pretty good. I give it 3-star with the new champions, the Unholy Union. Now, the fact that they're from there, this crowd was hot. This crowd was just drunk, stupid. These unique crowds like this, like we've had at some of the overseas shows, it's cool to see a crowd that hot. But it's also kind of annoying to see a crowd that hot, because it's like, are they hot for what's going on? Or are they hot because they finally get a show they've never had before? So they're just over the top. 11,391 people, just beyond crazy, which was good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. It's good for professional wrestling. But the Unholy Union winning the tag titles once again there in Glasgow, Scotland, on the home of Alba Fyre and Isla. Next up is the WWE Intercontinental title on the line. We had champion Sami Zayn taking on Chad Gable. A lot of this match just focused on Maxxine and Otis being unhappy with Chad Gable talking down to them, him wanting them to interfere in the match, and them not wanting to. Maxxine was going to hit Sami with the belt. Chad told her to. She didn't do it. They get berated by Chad Gable. You have Sami going to do the hula kick and literally almost got Maxxine Dupri because she was standing on the ringside. She gets knocked off. Otis goes to check on her, kind of leaves Chad on his own. He gets mad about that. He's berated Maxxine Dupri. Otis walks in the middle of it. It's like, this is kind of getting redundant. Why don't we have Otis finally turn and then both of them leave? Or we have what the rumor has been of the Creed brothers joining Chad Gable. Maybe you have Otis beat down Chad Gable, the Creed brothers come out for the save, and say, we believe in Chad Gable, and boom, there you go. But having Sami Zayn have to go through this kind of inside this match at a premium live event, overall the match quality itself, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable, was really good. I give it 3 3/4, with Sami Zayn retaining his Intercontinental title. The crowd was super duper hot for him. Next up, we had WWE Women's title line. We had champion Bayley taking on Piper Niven. Piper Niven can wrestle. If anyone didn't know that, go watch this match. This is probably one of her best WWE matches. I've watched her on the indies before, and I know how good she can be. And that's what kind of some of the stuff that she's done in WWE, it's like, come on. I mean, back when she was in Pro Wrestling Eve and ICW Fight Club, Shimmer, Bar Wrestling, PCW, Ring of Honor. There is a match, Ring of Honor of 2018, Kaylee Ray, which is Alba Fyre, taking on Viper, which is Piper Niven. Yeah, it was a really good match. But the fact that we named her Dewdrop when she first came in WWE, or changed her name after she came over from the UK, and then that gimmick went away quick, thank God. And it's just like you didn't give her a chance to wrestle. But having her in there with Bayley, Chelsea Green coming out in the freaking Rey Mysterio mask was killing me. Her at ringside, she just needs to go away. But this was just Piper Niven's best WWE match. She almost was able to beat Bayley. I give this match 3.5 stars, with Bayley retaining her WWE Women's title. And then we had the main event, WWE title on the line, champion Damian Priest, the most hated guy in Glasgow, Scotland, going against the Scotland's own Drew McIntyre, the hometown boy, getting that hometown reception. WWE, a lot of times, especially for big matches, Piper Niven, we found Drew McIntyre, they did it Bayley in San Jose. They don't let the hometown talent win a lot. I think that was a travesty here. The fact that you had Priest kick out of the Claymore, not a lot of people do that. That was like, whoa, okay. This match, I mean, hard-hitting as it was, Drew McIntyre is one of the top talents in WWE. He brought out of Damian Priest what we used to see out of Punishment Martinez back in Ring of Honor. This Miami Damian Priest is one of his best matches in WWE. The fact that you keep having Punk interfere in McIntyre matches is getting freaking old. If freaking cardiac guy Punk, Mr. Can't Stay Healthy, always injured, if he can't have a match anytime soon, because this is the third premium live event, he's screwed over Drew McIntyre. It's like, okay, fine, let's move forward with the storyline. Let's just not keep doing this, regurgitating the same thing. Let's move forward with it. Let's do something with it. I mean, if Fragile Punk can't wrestle, Fragile Phil, then he just needs to stop interfering in matches. But hopefully we get a resolution to this. 3 months in a row, we've had CM Punk. He came out in a referee's shirt, counts to 2, looks at Drew and goes like this, and then ends up low blowing Drew. Damian ends up hitting his big finisher. The referee came to because the referee got knocked out. They went to do something in the corner. The referee jumped over the rope, and he missed the ringside, fell to the ground, got up limping, got back up, ended up getting hit by one of the guys, and then gets, literally just thrown back into the ring barrier, was almost knocked out. It's like, holy cow. And then finally the referee comes in and counts to 3. Damian Priest, 1, 2, 3. Up until the Punk thing, I was at 4 on this match. I'm just tired of the whole Punk thing. I ended up giving it 3 3/4. I just couldn't go forward with it because of that. Because you don't need that outside interference. You don't need Punk coming in 3 months in a row to screw over Drew McIntyre. We'll see what comes out of it. Obviously, we're eventually going to get Drew McIntyre a Punk match. But it's like, Punk attacks him at Mania, he loses the title. Punk attacks him at the last Premium Live event, and he loses his championship match. He gets another title match and loses again because of Punk. So we'll see what happens there. But hey, short, sweet show, 5 matches. I know I saw some things online that this was the highest gate in WWE history for a Premier Live event. How? There's 11,391 people. How is it the top gate when you have 60 and 70,000 at WrestleMania? I don't understand that. Unless they overcharge when they go overseas, I don't know. But anyway, that is WWE Clash at the Castle. Overall, top to bottom, good show, great show. A lot of stuff coming out. We'll see what happens with Monday Night Raw this week as we lead up to Money in the Bank, one of my favorite pay-per-views. Hopefully we can get a first-time champion. I love when Edge first won the Money in the Bank and then delayed cashing it in, didn't tease it, just finally did it. I want moments like that. I don't want these run down every Monday they run down and threaten to cash it in. Every Premium Live event they run down and threaten to cash it in, and they finally cash it in. I want one out of nowhere, boom, boom, cash it in, done, first-time champion. But anyway, from the independent scene to the main event of WrestleMania, Robert Sports Show review of WWE Clash at the Coliseum, or Clash at the Castle, Scotland. Don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.